to the Nerd Pow Wow. Follow us on YouTube where we upload new videos every Friday, or check us out on your favorite podcast platforms. Spoiler warning, we do deep dives on characters, storylines, and theory crafting. With that said, Rybane, what are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to take a little trip back in time today. We're going to talk about some Golden Age heroes. We each kind of picked one. We kind of wanted to learn about some heroes that time forgot. And when that Golden Age was around the 40s, it was like it was the general era of times, and comics were different back then. They had a lot of very unique flavor to them. So I thought it'd be really cool to dive in and find some random, weird, obscure thing. And with that said, I chose a character named Spider Widow. She originally appeared in Quality Comics, which is an early version of DC Comics, one of the both DC and Marvel were a lot of different comic brands that came together and finally came under one umbrella. But the Quality Comics actually had some heroes that we know that were founded, like Plastic Man was originally from Quality Comics. So there are some that came from there into the modern era. But anyway, so Spider Widow was the character that I chose. She was there. Diane Grayton. I just think the character's kind of so atypical. Even by today's standards, she's atypical, and by the Golden Age standards, she was wildly atypical. So she was a beautiful, athletic woman who had the ability to control Black Widow spiders. That's it, not any spider. Black Widow spiders. That's it. All she could do.
Specific.
And she's rich, and she's bored. So she decides she's gonna fight crime. And should she go out as some beautiful heroine into the night and with her spider army? No, she dresses as like an old hag to fight crime with her deadly spiders. Just very unique. This is the time in during World War II, and we've got saboteurs and all this other stuff going on in the world. So she was very dynamic in that environment. So it was just very interesting. She didn't run for very long. I think her last comic was 44. So she was only around for a couple of years. Notice she never came back for anything else. So she really was lost to obscurity. This is why I was so interested that I found her. Another thing about her that I found very interesting was she ended up with a sidekick named Raven. And mind you, this is 1942, 43. And you've got a female lead hero with her own book, who is a male sidekick as a romantic interest, and she dresses up as an old hag and can control spiders. That's some forward thinking for that time. I'm just saying, this is somebody. I just think that was really cool.
Honestly,
it was really neat to see that in that era.
Hey, for this time, it's almost a little forward thinking. My gosh, all of our superheroes, when they put the costume on, they're a chiseled god or goddess. But this lady turns into the Spider Widow. That's cool. That picture.
She's horrible looking. It's literally looking like a witch.
They painted her as a vigilante, and like you said, she's beautiful, but then she scares villains. That's what she does. I'll stop committing crimes.
I don't know. I just think that she was cool. I would love to.
Yeah.
And psychically able to control Black Widows. Really oddly.
Why not?
Singular. Really. And then she was also very, very extreme, a trained athlete. But most of it, she chose to do it because she was bored. I mean, they literally say that she was just kind of bored in life and decided to fight crime.
Hey, that's the same backstory to Saitama for One Punch Man. He just wanted to be a superhero for fun,
Her whole tagline was the Spider Widow, grandmother of terror. That was her tagline.
That's so good.
Wild.
She weaves a web of justice to trap the insects of corruption.
I just thought she was just really cool. So I picked her and read about her. I read a couple of the books. Now I will say the books did have a weird transition from, they started off as comic books, superhero comic books, but they definitely kind of devolved into almost a romance type book, which was not atypical in the time either. But especially if they were trying to establish something with a female audience, I'm sure that the idea of her had some appeal to some, to female readers too. So it was just really just different. But her for this female hero to dress up as a hag, and literally the Raven was like love struck. He was like enamored with her. He was so like this little puppy dog. So it was really cool to see all of that. So that's why I picked our friend Diane Grayton.
That's awesome.
I mean, it said that the Raven at first was her rival, and then like you said, he became enamored with her.
Yep.
Kind of like the contrast of Catwoman and Batman.
She did have a little there was like a little love triangle with her and the Phantom Lady too, with the Raven thing. But yeah, he was. It wasn't around very long, but it was neat.
It was the 40s.
Yes, and the Frank Borth, the guy who created it, ended up going into the military as well. And we're talking about World War II, so that probably had a lot to do with the books, the story, and the books not continuing.
Yeah. That's a shame, and even looking at it, it doesn't. Once she was done, she was done.
She gone.
They make appearances in the 90s, the 2000s, just done.
That's specifically why I chose her. I wanted someone that, I mean, unless you looked up, which I did, obscure, bizarre ass characters from the golden age. Yeah, my Google algorithm is problematic, but yeah, very interesting. So,
and I wonder if the Raven
found some interesting things.
Oh yeah. What about you, Seraph? Do you want to share what you came up with?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I was looking around, probably the same as Mariah Bain from the sounds of it, of looking around online databases of obscure characters. I was like, you know what? I want something public domain. I want something that hasn't been touched in a long time. And you know what? Prize Comics 1-6 had Jupiter, the Master Magician. Jupiter, the Master Magician. What is his purpose?
Yeah.
What is this hero sent to Earth to do with magical powers? He can polymorph people into fish. That's what this guy's capable of. He literally ripped a building in half, and then he proceeded to walk through the. Okay, so you tore this building in half to find a hostage, right? And when the building tears in half, it reveals a metal box, which he's just able to phase through. So he ripped this entire 30-story building, just cracked that puppy in half, and was like, oh, I can walk through walls anyways. And so he goes in, he rescues this guy out of here, like, I'm a hero, I saved the one guy. And, there are people, they lost their jobs, their livelihoods, everything. And this guy, he just gets to say 3 words and rip an entire building in half. And what? He is out there. His nemesis, his arch nemesis is Racco. He is a racketeer because Jupiter. Racketeer. Yep. Jupiter. Even in the panel just above me, he says, I'm Jupiter from the planet Jupiter. My ruler sent me to rid the earth of all racketeers.
Racco. I love this character.
He's amazing. He's amazing. And I'm not going to give high praise to this comic book line because Prize Comics. Whenever I went to read anything from this, it was always the second story. Jupiter was the second story, and the first story was this guy who's fighting. What's the tagline? It's civilization has been conquered by a Mongolian horde. And this comic, it has all of the worst stereotypes, everything you can think of. You have to muddle through that first before you get to the Jupiter comic, and the Jupiter comic's pretty chill. But It was nuts. But I found out about the superhero and like learned, a bunch of stuff about him. I was like, I got to see what these comics are like. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. But at any rate, so that's Prize Comics, and yeah, Jupiter. He can heal people remotely. Like he can polymorph people. He turned a gun into like a squeak toy or whatever. Like he is overpowered for what he's supposed to be able to do. Like somebody shoots at him in like split second, he's like, oh, okay, I can use a spell that stops it from hitting me. So he's way too strong for what he does. And I don't think he wields his power responsibly. He doesn't have an alias.
He wields his power responsibly.
He has no aliases. This is just him. His name is Jupiter. That's it. There's nothing.
Comic line?
It's Prize Comics 1 through 6.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
But
I noticed with the comics from the 30s and 40s, they didn't go into origin stories with any of these characters. They just, here's a character, do stuff.
Oh, it's so good.
And, and just like, Spider Widow, and now we got Jupiter. I like their stories. That's really when comics began, is back in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I was trying to look and see. Oh yeah, so he came out after Superman. I was looking to see when about he came out versus Superman. He was about 2 years after Superman, because his comic looks like, or his costume looks like a little kid who really likes Superman. And just like tied a cape on.
Yeah.
Has a blue t-shirt.
It's true
Pair of,
too.
like blue underwear.
Yep. He just lets those legs free though. This guy, he knows what he's doing. He does have these two little antennas that come out of the top of his head. But it is canonical in this universe. If a human knows the magic words, they can also cast spells. So he isn't even all that super. Anybody can cast magical spells with his effectiveness.
So does he say it out loud? Because people would just copy him if he said it out loud, right?
He literally just says the shit out loud. And like he just announces in the middle of a crowded city, like, the spell to blow up a building in half. Like I'm stuck on that, right? Like it's insane. I have the panel actually. I
want to do that.
It's insane.
I want to be a superhero. I want to be a vigilante. I want to blow up that building.
He didn't care. He was we need in the building now. Look at that. It's a Zabato.
There it is. Yeah.
Melek Unbal. He just tears that building up, rips it right up, and he's like, "Oh, an obstacle. There's a wall that's here. Ah, that's all right. I'll just Zupin Zamen Dubnik," and then he just fucking walks right through it. This guy is irresponsible. He's like the worst. I don't know. I was thinking about taking this character and pitting him up against a modern known character, right? Because this is public domain. We can make our own lore and everything for him, right? So here's what I have imagined. I have imagined Jupiter descending to the Earth. Where at? In the Ozarks. Who's he after? Yeah. Well, if you guys watched Netflix, the series Ozark, there's a man named Marty who runs a racketeering business where he is trying to launder money, right? The perfect nemesis for Jupiter. So Jupiter descends on his house, rips it apart immediately, right? Marty's there. He pulls up a gun. It turns into a fish in his hands. He looks at the gun. He looks at Jupiter. Jupiter turns Marty into a fish. And then he leaves because that's...
No. It's Ozark. He wouldn't just leave. It's Ozark. He starts sleeping with Marty's wife.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's absolutely true. Oh, my gosh. And then he turns her into a fish. It's ridiculous. And then he heals their kid. Oh, wait, no, that's Breaking Bad I'm thinking of. You know what? And then he goes over to the Breaking Bad household.
Oh, shit. You mentioned public domain. You know that Batman goes public domain 2035 and Superman goes public domain in 2034.
Ooh,
We're 10 years away from two of the most iconic superheroes ever becoming public domain.
that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's huge. I'm really curious of what that's going to do.
You're going to start seeing a lot more other DC characters being portrayed on camera soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty wild.
Yep. Well, that's all I had about Mr. Jupiter here. I mean, he's a zany little guy, but you know, I thought he was a fun one to talk about. You know,
Yeah, these characters aren't overly deep. It's not a deep dive. It's really more of a shallow skim.
it's a shallow skim into a puddle. It's great.
Right. So what do you got for us there, Wayne? Looks like you're up.
All right. Hey. So going back to the golden era, I figured I'm going to talk about the clock. They said the clock debuted in 1936, created by George Brenner. He was the first masked vigilante.
Ooh.
His costume was a nice suit, but he had this black silk cover just as his mask. And his name was Brian O'Brien.
Brian O'Brien.
Brian O'Brien.
Brian O'Brien.
His full superhero name was Clock O'Clock. No.
Clock O'Clock, but Brian O'Brien is his real name, pseudonym Clock O'Clock.
Man, Wayne's superhero even gets his own real name.
Yeah, no kidding. He is inspired by Mandrake the Magician, which I didn't find too much on him, but it says he was created in 1934. He was another wealthy, well-dressed hero. But yeah, I really like Brian O'Brien. He had a supporting cast from time to time. One was Captain Kane. Initially, he was a police adversary. The fact that he didn't like that the clock was doing vigilante stuff. But finally, they compare it to like Batman or Commissioner Gordon, where finally they became friends. He eventually got a sidekick around 1940. Pug Brady. Pug was looked like a little kid, but it also mentioned that Pug. No, I'm sorry. Pug was got my people mixed up. Butch is the little kid who then it said that he had a maybe like adopted daughter, but every once in a while he'd have feelings for her. That reminded me of the Xavier comments back in the whole podcast away. Yeah, Pug Brady. Pug Brady was his lookalike doppelganger, and they basically, when they went out, they looked exactly the same in their sidekicks. For Pug was his sidekick for a little bit of time, but then he just disappeared without a trace. He just wasn't in any more comics. They didn't explain it. He didn't say where it went.
And which comic? Which comic collection was he in?
He started off in Comics Magazine Company.
Okay.
Later called Quality Comics.
Okay, so he was in the same Quality Comics was Spider-Man too.
Yeah, George Brenner created him. He so his debut was called Funny Pages #6. It was November 1936. His final appearance was in Crack Comics #35 in 1944. It says he ended without closure. The clock just vanished. They stopped making them.
Stop ticking.
Yeah. So he did have a woman. She was called the Orchid. She made appearances from time to time. Initially, they never explained how, but initially she knew who he was and she loved him. And then she disappeared for many, many comics. And then later on, she reappeared. But they said the clock had never seen her, only her silhouette, only her shadow, and would only know her by her voice. So they never explained that really either.
They were retconning stuff even back then.
Yeah.
Right.
See, and at one point, they don't know but near the end there, his mask changed. It wasn't like a black silk cloth over his face. Now it was just a black mask, and they think George Brenner stopped drawing him. But there's no rhyme or reason or who started.
Huh.
Just he changed his mask.
They just change it. Huh.
He did. So initially, when I was looking for a hero from the Golden Ages, I was like, I wanted somebody that just fell off the wagon, was gone, disappeared. But I guess he did reappear in Malibu Comics in 1992. He came out as Brian O'Brien, who is now the President of the United States. They killed him off in 1994. Malibu was later bought by Marvel, who left the character. Marvel just didn't like him at all.
Yeah.
Dynamite Comics picked him up in 2013. He appeared in a comic called The Masks. He was in from issue 3 to 8 as a villain named Master. Former district attorney turned fascist leader of the Justice Party wearing an all-white outfit. But then he was killed by the Shadow. So they tried to bring him back a couple times, and maybe he didn't work. So they're like, let's just kill this guy.
Now, is it the Shadow from The Shadow Knows, that old radio show?
See, that was 2013 by Dynamite Comics, so I don't think so.
I don't know if they brought the clock. Maybe they took all these masked vigilantes. I'm not sure the comic line, right? But interesting.
Yeah, there were a couple that became like they changed them pretty dramatically. Like I was looking up Rubber Man. There was a guy named Rubber Man, and they actually retconned him into being a symbiote. They just didn't know what symbiotes were back then. So he's around again. But he's a symbiote now. And another one was a Golden Age hero, and I'm not going to remember what the hell his name was, but he ended up being Scourge of the Underworld, the vigilante that was killing off all of the like B class villains for a long time. He's an enemy of Captain America primarily, but he was Scourge of the Underworld, was going through and slaughtering. Like he'd have like the big one. He had invited all these small time crooks and stuff, all these B-level characters to a bar, and he was pretending to be the bartender, and they come in and he just mows them all down. I mean, he just killed them all. It was a way for them just to get rid of all of these low-hanging fruit villains, I guess, but they just purged them. But I forget who it was.
Wait, is Rubber Man, is that Flexo?
Yes.
That's great. Yeah. That's so freaking great.
It is.
They turned this guy into a symbiote?
Yeah, he looked ridiculous. I mean, he looked absolutely ridiculous in the thing there.
Absolutely he did. I love him though. He's like the best. Look at this guy. Flexo.
Yeah, that's a symbiote.
That's a symbiote. That's the same as Venom or Cletus Cassidy. Carnage.
It is.
Yep.
They are the same.
Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. So Thomas Holloway was the guy, the original Angel. The original Angel, he in American comic books, he was the guy that ended up becoming the Scourge of the Underworld. Yeah, he was what did he do? He was a surgeon. He did something. He was fighting off. Yeah, he was he fought alongside Namor against the Nazis and stuff in World War II. He was in the Defenders era. Not Defenders, Invaders. So, yeah, they brought him back to make him one of the financiers, etc., from Scourge of the Underworld.
That's awesome. Okay, so this is the Venomized version of Flexo. That's sweet. No, please. They take that comic book guy and turn him into like the hyper realistic, scary version. That's great. Oh man.
Yeah, that's just wild. Wild.
That's researching a lot of these Golden Age comics. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There was
There's
a lot
so
of
many
interesting
different
stuff in there.
characters.
So the clock doesn't have any superpowers, Wayne.
He does not. He is just a human vigilante. You could really compare him to Batman because he's just a guy that has money.
I love that I picked off. I picked like discount Superman. You picked discount Batman, and John's over here with discount Spider Woman. This is great.
Yeah,
We got the Temu
Superman.
versions, right?
Even the art. If you look at the art of each one of them, discount Superman really fits Jupiter.
He sure does.
The clock actually has like a Dick Tracy feel in the art. Like the one image where he's got the shadow behind him and he's wearing the Dick Tracy type hat. That is so Dick Tracy to me. I don't know. Something crazy about it, but yeah, that was a different time. That reading some of those comics was almost painful. Like it was, they were obviously written for children, I think, because the language is just so basic. Yeah, that is so Dick Tracy.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they thought they could get too many adult readers. They're like, oh, we'll make bigger funnies, than a newspaper, and I guess that's the start they needed. I guess.
Yeah, but he's fighting off.
Is that a frog behind?
Is that racketeers? What little kids like? Oh, them
I think, or some type of lizard.
That's true too.
It's a weird mix, like.
Yeah, we're gonna get the racketeers here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you sound like you're fresh out of the nut house, son.
Rocco.
Looks like this was done purposely. It's so funny, like. Of course, we also don't know what the lingo was like at that time. I mean, just what dialect was like. There could have been a certain flavor that people were going for, even adult readers. You know what I mean? They could have been going for that kind of appeal, that this overly campy, speech patterns in a superhero. I could see that maybe being the flavor of the time.
For sure. What a good time! Good time of comics.
Yeah. It was. It was. That really is. That's the founding of them. That's where comics really started to catch on. Is that golden era?
Yep. Good times. Passing some World War II propaganda on, the whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah.
The war effort.
The Invaders were some of my favorite comics. I loved the Invaders. Union Jack. I really liked the original Union Jack. Spitfire was a female speedster. They had all kinds of cool characters from the era that I really. And Namor, that Namor is the first Marvel character. You know that, right?
The first mutant too, right?
Yeah, officially, yeah. Yeah. But he's the first Marvel character that they had before Aquaman, which is funny. Black people screw that up like he's the knockoff Aquaman, but he came around a long time before Aquaman. So, yeah, Namor's been around. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of wild. And I just looked over and during the Angel Thomas Holloway, he was fighting Nazi zombies, and they were called Nut Zombies.
Nut Zombies.
Not zombies.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a certain innocence to those.
Oh yeah.
Comics too. I mean, for as short-sighted as a lot of the world could have been, or probably likely was during that time, there was still some innocence in the comics.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
Yep. Old Bucky and Captain America.
Oh, Bucky.
saving us from the threats, the real threats. And Wayne, he's been pondering over there between us. He's really thinking about it, Yeah.
I don't know what the fascination was in that early era of comics of every young male sidekick had to be like scantily clad. It's fucking weird.
I mean, hey,
no pants sidekicks. It was like underwear only for sidekicks. Robin, Bucky. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
but too funny. Yeah, it was different. I'm glad we have that evolved into what it is today because
Yeah.
I kind of live, breathe, and eat comics. That's what I do.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Looks like one of our viewers is a big Spider-Man fan. What was Spider-Man like back then? He's a pretty old one.
Oh yeah. Spider-Man. I think was he 60 something?
At least.
Yeah, 62. Yeah. Um, that was a cool one too because Spider-Man has really what I liked about him and what relates him to almost the Golden Age characters is he had a very grounded, type thing. He wasn't he was a guy you could relate to. He was like he didn't know what to do when he got powers. He's trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There you go. Looks like Wayne's reconnecting here. There he is.
Yep. Hello again.
It looks like you were pondering for a while there on stream.
Yeah. I'm back. Technical difficulties. They suck.
But
We're touching on Spider-Man a little bit. John was just
But I do have to disagree. You say Spider-Man 62. Tom Holland can't be more than 25. Come on.
Wasn't he the first teenager superhero that wasn't a sidekick or something? Yeah, no, I think that is accurate because that was something that was brought up about his character in the early days.
Yeah. I wonder how old was Superman when he actually came out? I know they've done origin stories, but how old was he when he actually was in Superman #1?
He was an adult when Superman comics began.
Action Comics #1. I think he looked pretty adult-like. I'd say, yeah.
A lot of it was flashback, and then they started writing prequels. But yeah, Spider-Man is considered the original teen hero.
Teen Web.
When we were talking about figuring out Golden Age characters, that would be an awesome if-then. So if take my clock and go against the modern day Doctor Strange. I think the banter, the ones in the 30s, the others now, I think that'd be kind of cool. Or Spider Widow going against Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't know how she fits in the obviously you want to initially put her with the Spider-Verse. It's like that's what you would think, but I could see her maybe having somehow the whole Spider-Verse and the people with spider powers it's gotten to be more than just a mutagenic effect from the spiders. There's spider people, all different dimensions. There's always a Spider-Man, etc. They've really kind of grown that whole dynamic.
His life always sucks.
Yeah, but it would be kind of interesting to find out that was true back then too, and that she ended up becoming like Madam Web.
I was just about to say that she reminds me of a Madam Web.
Yeah, she could have become like a founding, like an original Earth source of that kind of power base. But even her powers don't fit. You know what I mean? Like none of the spider-based heroes in modern world have anything to do with spiders other than that their abilities reflect the abilities of spiders. They don't actually have. They're not like Ant-Man or anybody else who has a relationship or control of their insect counterpart. I think they feel like that would be too creepy. I think Spider-Man is lighthearted and he's this likable kid, has always got some wit and banter, etc.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably giving him this like level of creepiness was not in the cards.
Want it to be fun and campy. Well, I mean, they did turn him into Man Spider for a little while there. That was a creepy Spider-Man.
They did. But they played that up to being as horrific as it was. You know what I mean?
Your character Jupiter, I think he would give Doctor Strange a run for his money.
I think so. Jupiter, I'd put him against Superman.
Turn him into a fish.
He would turn Superman into fish because Superman's weak to magic. Yeah, magic and kryptonite. So, dude, Jupiter, he was sent here to deal with racketeers, but he could really solve a lot of problems. Like he could beat Superman. This guy's cracked. Right. My gosh,
that's so funny. Yeah, I think I could see him showing up and Doctor Strange going,
"No, why this guy?
No, somebody put this guy back in a different dimension. Make him say his name backwards or something."
That's great.
I love that was because that was Superman's villain, Mr. Mxyzptlk. That's how you send him back to the thing. But the little, I forget his name, but the little green guy that appeared on the Flintstones, that little alien that appeared on.
It's got to be Marvin or something, right?
What's that?
It's got to be like Marvin, right?
Marvin the Martian was on Bugs Bunny, wasn't he?
Yeah, the little green guy from the Flintstones. Oh my God, I'm showing my age here.
Great Gazoo.
The Great Gazoo, yeah, the
Great Gazoo.
He was another one, had little antennas, and he was a cool little character. I like the Great Gazoo.
What's his moveset?
What's that?
What's his superpower? What's he able to do?
He's like a high technology alien that can fly around, and he just gets in Fred's ear and kind of annoys him. Just adding an alien to walk around with the Flintstones was just kind of a whole funny thing. Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the Great Gazoo.
Great Gazoo.
I remember Fred getting very annoyed with him, but yeah, he was something else.
I don't know his backstory too much.
I remember he tried to help him out, and he'd cause a bunch of mischief and everything. It was very again Puck-like in his demeanor. So
Puck.
Oh, that's another neat topic too, is to think about how a lot of these characters take hints or find their origins almost in from a Shakespearean character. Like a lot of them, you can find some direct correlations to either figures in history or a Shakespearean root. I see that a lot in that kind of thing. But
we got Mr. Bigglesworth.
Hey, there we
go.
Lila's
in here being a mascot as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are my little assholes? I need one of them up here. Titus, where are you?
Now the dog's looking at the cat, and the cat doesn't like that.
Uh-oh. The audacity.
Oh,
Lila's so zero threat. Lila's so zero threat. I have rabbits in the backyard, wild rabbits that go around back there. When she goes outside, she'll run right for the rabbits, and they do not flee. They turn around and look at her. So once in a while, they'll get in a little dual chasing game. She'll chase them for a minute. They chase her for a minute. The little dog is they do not see her as a predator at all. At all.
That's hilarious.
Because she's not a predator. I've said this before, but she's more of a tribble than a dog.
Trouble with tribbles.
Yeah. Get your time on. Get your camera time, Lila. Get your little snaggletooth.
Snaggletooth.
Yeah, she's something else. But she's feisty. She's at all the chaos today because changing things around in here.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to find some more. I'm down the golden era or golden age of comics rabbit hole though. I'm going to be reading some more. So I'm definitely going to have some weird random ones to bring up.
Yeah, there were so many.
Oh yeah, tons, and a lot of them I would have talked about them because I thought they were cool, but they brought them to modern times and made them dumb.
Okay.
They took away everything about them that made them cool or unique, and they just kind of brought them here to do something with them. I felt like they were we've got this loose end we have to tie up, and You don't. It's okay that in a world where there's superhumans and vigilantes and everything else, it's okay that one aged out, faded into obscurity. You don't have to they don't have to have this. They could go the way of the clock. The originally just kind of popped off.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what they tried to do is bring the clock into today's time period, and it just didn't work, so they just killed them off.
Yep.
They did it twice in the mid '90s, and then all of a sudden in 2013, and just they didn't like him. He just didn't fit. I mean, can Jupiter come in and go against the Avengers, turning them into fish? Would anyone really like that?
Yeah, literally, the Spider Widow walking around in her Halloween witch costume, kicking the shit out of people, getting bit by spiders. Yeah. It literally says in the comics that she goes to a Halloween store and buys that costume. It's just a witch costume. The grandmother of terror.
And it must work, because why would she continue to do it if it didn't really scare criminals away?
If I'm robbing a store and this witch costume, like corny ass rubber faced witch costume, comes in there with a great set of legs and then proceeds to kick my ass, and then her spiders bite me, yeah, that's scaring the shit out of me. I might go straight.
All right, now she needs to make an appearance.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, they did the Winnie the Pooh movie, the Blood and Honey and all that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they make a super villain movie with Jupiter and the Spider Widow, The Spider Widow comes at night. You have the clock trying to stop her.
Well, she's a hero, but she just even the artwork was so bad. The witch artwork, it's pretty good, but the beautiful woman artwork, I beg to differ.
It's funny you bring up Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I am the only person I've actually talked to that is like those movies. I absolutely love those movies.
Hey, there you go.
But you can tell the second one they actually had a budget for, because the second one was much better.
That's another good example of what happens when something goes public domain.
Yep.
Now, the guy that played Christopher Robin, he cried way too much. That was my biggest pet peeve. The whole movie, he's crying.
Oh,
all right. I've heard this for a couple hours now. Please just stop.
I have not seen it. Nor are you likely to be able to say anything to convince me to see it.
Oh, come on. Make a deal. I'll watch something that you like, but other people don't, if you do the same with me.
I like good stuff.
I do too. And I think that's good.
You just literally said you can't find another human to say that movie was worth the shit.
Well, that's because they don't have my taste.
That's true. It sounds like it's a pretty solid movie, honestly. To win.
It's a movie. Yes. What was the movie that I watched it, and it's basically the killer. You are watching the killer the whole time. And it's actually pretty boring.
Oh, it's from the killer's perspective?
Yes, the whole movie's from the killer's perspective, except for the last 10 minutes, they go to the final victim, and then it's through her eyes. But for the whole movie, it's him. He goes and he does the Michael Myers thing. He just walks up to everybody he killed. And
Was it Maniac?
I can't remember what it's called.
There's a couple of them, it looks like. In a Violent Nature? That one was just 2024.
Oh, that's it. In a violent nature.
Violent Nature.
So, it's a movie you got to watch, but it's more fun to watch a movie with the survivors trying to survive than it is the killer trying to kill.
I agree partially. That Freaky movie that came out a few years ago, I think it was just called Freaky, but it's a slasher movie where a girl like a teenage girl gets Freaky Friday'd with a serial killer that's played by, who is he?
Freaky.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn is the serial killer that she gets her body switched for. So she's this.
Oh.
It's the serial killer in this teenage girl's body. She's just going around butchering people, and like you have Vince Vaughn acting like a girl, basically, like, oh my gosh, I'm in this big body, and it's hilarious. It's so good.
That's
That's something that would be
plays, Cassandra Lang. She plays Scott Lang's daughter in
Yes, she does.
in the MCU.
That movie got screwed by COVID because it came out March 24th, and that at that point it was over.
I can say I've never seen that movie. I've seen it pop up on whatever streaming service it's on, because I thought about watching it and I'm like, I don't know.
No, that's a high recommendation on that one. That was a phenomenal movie. I liked it.
See, Mariah Bain, I'll watch Freaky if you watch Winnie the Pooh.
I don't plan on watching either of those movies.
Wait, you don't plan on watching Freaky, Ryban? It actually is a really good movie. But all right.
No, I'm joking, but he was trying to use your movie to blackmail me into watching his crap.
Well, you should watch his crap too.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
crap.
If he watches my crap, that's pretty good.
All joking aside, I'm just not a horror fan.
That's fair.
I'm just not a scary movie guy. I don't mind it once in a while when it blends with another genre, like like Aliens or something like that. I don't mind. But even then, when it leans in too hard, like the movie, do you guys ever see Event Horizon?
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie, but it gets too into the horror trope if you don't really know what's going on. It's just supposed to be scary. And
you know what, John? I'm going to put Freaky up against Warm Bodies for genre altering take.
Okay, that makes me want to watch it.
Where Warm Bodies is more of like a romantic take on a zombie movie, this is a the Freaky Friday franchises where girl and their mom would switch bodies, right?
Yeah,
it's literally that. I think it's the I think it's great. I love it.
It's not like a Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
With Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, it's that
came out with
concept.
a new one, right?
Yeah.
Freakier Friday.
I haven't seen it. I heard that it came out.
Freakier Friday.
But it looks like, speaking of Winnie the Pooh, there's other stuff they're making or have come out with. There's a Killer Bambi movie coming out. There's a Killer Peter Pan coming out. There's a couple other killer nursery rhyme type character movies coming out. And I'm kind of excited to see them.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
But as far as I need to be with, I think I just need other people to watch B-rated horror movies with me. Because if I'm by myself, I'm like, but if I have someone to watch it with me to talk about it and like, oh, this is all right. And
yeah.
I guess that's just the way I am with the B-rated movie.
It's almost like the Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing, where you're more trashing the movie in a way, right? Because of how campy it is or whatever. Like I hated watching that, but like as far as like being the person watching the movie and like bantering about it, I always like doing that.
I'm a huge fan of MST 3000. I love it, especially the original with Joel and stuff. It was just great. But
it is funny.
Let's go ahead.
I was going to say, it is funny whether you like that or not. Everybody knows what it is. It's just the guys making fun of horror movies.
Yep.
Everybody knows
what it is. Sci-fi and even like they did a biker movie. They did all kinds of stuff. Like one of my favorite things, they had Kathy Ireland, who's kind of known for not being the brightest bulb in the in the world, but she said some kind of line, and then she's like, and 3 steps to the left, and one of the characters was like, that's a stage direction. That's a stage. That kind of wit and banter. Like, I'm hoping, I don't know for sure. I'm sure it was scripted, but I would love to do that kind of thing. Like, hell, that's something we could do. We could have a movie playing in the background and just do it in real time. like live action, just wit, banter, make fun of it, throw out the thoughts. That's just funny shit. I love
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
We'll have to get
that would
the
be-
back of the head camera angle for the webcams.
Yeah,
Throw us all at the bottom right. It'll be good.
because
Like,
I did say that about not liking horror, but I do like B horror, like even C and D horror, like Tromo films. I don't know if you watch any Tromo films.
yeah, I like Tromo films.
Oh my god, I love Tromo films. Like I think they're absolutely fantastic. You know, some even the lower, like the ones people haven't heard of, like Terra Firma. It's a movie about a group of people making a horror movie, which is hilarious in itself. But the first it's what the first 30 seconds of the movie, there's a woman sunbathing, a pregnant woman sunbathing, and someone has run by and stolen her baby, like cut her open, obscene amount of gore, and taken her baby and run off with it. And she's perfectly fine crying for her baby. It's ridiculous. It's, oh my god, that's like D level horror. That's so over the top.
Yeah.
Tromo's a class of its own. God, Tromo films.
Well, you guys seen Feartown, USA?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that
I
one.
absolutely love Feartown, USA.
Yeah. I haven't thought of that movie in a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, and then what was that Weird Al movie from the late 80s, early 90s? Yes, UHF.
UHF.
And it had Michael Richards in it. I never even knew that existed up until about a year ago.
Really? That's
And I
funny.
watched it and I'm like, this is amazing. I love this movie. Yes.
That one slipped by you for a while, Wayne. I could see that right up your alley too.
Oh, I love that.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a big Weird Al fan anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah, UHF was great. Like in those old campy like sci-fis, the B-level sci-fis, like Hell Comes to Frogtown. You guys ever watch Hell Comes to Frogtown?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's such a good movie. It's hilarious. It's everything it should be. It knows what it is, and it's everything that it should be.
That's an oldie too.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what's his face? Rowdy Piper is the
Yep.
the main character.
This
Yeah, it's something else.
this art is phenomenal. Hell Comes to Frogtown. I love it.
Oh wow, I've never seen that. I've only ever seen the live action pictures. That's hilarious. But it's quite literally like there's a town of mutant frogs. It's like a post-apocalyptic world, and he comes to a town of mutant frogs. That's what it is. And it wasn't like the funny part is it wasn't like the makeup and stuff in the show was not horrific. Like they looked kind of cool. But yeah, well,
Or there was a movie you turned me on to, Seraph, Generation X, which I don't know how I never knew existed, but
Oh
it
yeah.
did. And you're right, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either.
Wait,
Like, I like Matt
I don't
Frewer.
know. I agree with that. I think the actor is good, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I it's a stretch to call that good. And John, look at that.
yes, look at that. That was well done.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
I mean,
Looks-
you get about the ear though. He's every bit as good as the original Gorn.
Oh, yeah, the Gorn.
You know what I mean? It's like
fair
that
enough.
in that year, in that time, that was some quality stuff.
Some good
That's something. So, Strange New Worlds has the Gorn in it, and they make the Gorn really creepy, dangerous. I don't remember the Gorn being that bad in the original series.
Well, I mean, the Gorn was just the original series. He was just a
Screen
large
lizard.
humanoid with a
Yeah.
lizard head. You know, it wasn't.
It wasn't like
trying to
that
make
in
him
Strange New Worlds.
a little more alien, which I actually like that. Finally, Star Trek's getting away from some weird bump on your head makes you a completely alien race. I mean, that was a budgetary thing. You know what I mean? It's like, but
I mean, like the Klingons in the original series.
yeah, it was just. I mean, they explain it out, that everything was
They do.
made by this. They originally called them the Cedars, but now they're founders, or everything else. Everything comes from the same stock, so to speak. But
Yeah.
Yeah, because I believe it was a deadly virus or something that was killing off Klingons that changed them for a bit.
well, that's how that changed them for a bit. But the original is that those Klingons that we knew in the original series were clones that,
Right.
that to fit in better with humans. So, and he's in the regular Klingons, like they would kind of like download their brain patterns into being that kind of thing. There was a whole weird thing with that. Yeah, their little explanation was a little bizarre, but
Yeah, because with the Enterprise, they, in the first episode, there's a Klingon on Earth, and it looks like a Klingon.
yep, yeah. Then you had the bejeweled Klingons. That was kind of weird for a while there, and it's like I don't know why we needed bejeweled Klingons.
Now, why not have bejeweled Klingons?
And like the original, like Worf originally looked like a cow took a shit in the middle of his forehead. That's what it looked like.
So it looked like a Kazon, right?
Exactly.
Slay all day.
We're gonna do
I love
helicopter down here.
Yeah, I love it.
Well done, sir. Well
Yes,
done.
I agree.
Do you see the stream?
Yeah. I mean,
So good.
I like the shirt you got on now, though.
It's true. True. Slay for days.
Slay all day. But we gotta put your head
Slay
there.
all day.
But, yeah. Fun stuff.
Good stuff, guys.
Yeah.
This has been fun, guys. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's a good chat.
Absolutely.
General nerdy shit.
Good little
Diving into
powwow.
the golden age was a very good idea. I never ever looked back at that until now, and like, man, there's a lot of awesome characters.
Yeah, a whole lot of awesome characters. I think we can revisit some of this golden age stuff. I really do.
Yeah. There's a lot to be discovered there. Like it's and like teams. There were crazy teams of things and stuff like that. More importantly, though, I would like to know the history of the Teletubbies' son, John.
Yes. All right, Joel, let us know, buddy.
Yeah. So hey, you know what? I had a scene in my OBS that quite literally I was able to overlay the Teletubbies son over my face, right? And I also made it so my face would be bright yellow so that it would match with it. So it was perfect. I looked like the baby son from the Teletubbies in stream. It was amazing. It was so good. And I really hope that it haunted people.
LC3 Night brought it up. That sounds interesting.
Oh, if I could grab that. But yeah, it was good stuff. It was good.
Great.
Oh, it'll make an appearance again. Don't worry.
Yep.
I never got a chance when the Teletubbies were really popular, but I always wanted to make a Halloween costume of like a tormented Teletubby.
Demonic.
Like I wanted to make it all black, and I wanted his little antenna to have like a pentagram in the middle. dark face, just make this like completely demonic Teletubby.
Now, we were talking about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. The Teletubbies go evil. Or Barney. Barney eats Manhattan.
Barney eats Manhattan. Oh my god.
Let's do something with Lamb Chops play along. Lamb Chops eat along.
Lamb Chops slay along. Let's go.
There you go. This is the slay that never ends.
I was gonna if I had to make a Lamb Chop movie in the modern times, it would just be like a 5-minute skit of this poor little sock being like, I'm just glad that lady's hand's not in my ass anymore.
That's all of Sesame Street.
Talking in this old smoker's voice. I'm just glad.
Oh, it pans over like Flintstones. Well, it's a living. Oh my gosh.
Like the lady from Monsters Inc. I can't remember her name, but
I know you're talking about that new
Yeah.
voice. Yeah.
Mike Wachowski.
Both of the sisters in the Simpsons, and just have that
Yeah. Thelma and
Louise. No, I'm just kidding.
Thelma and Louise. One of them's Thelma.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the other sister's name is, but
Oh my god!
oh my, there it is.
You're fine.
That is. I'm gonna have nightmares about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Now I know why my Teletubby went dark.
It brings me it brings me happiness to know that you're going to be thinking about me making that face while you're trying to sleep.
Yeah. Turn the sun down.
Oh my god. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Love you, Joel. That's great. Oh man.
Oh shit.
All right, guys. Well, I think it's been a good little powwow here we've had.
Yeah, for sure. Good. This was a powwow of this was actual powwow. We have just a powwow.
Just
It
a
was,
powwow.
yeah.
Yep.
We started with the deep dive of characters, but the only thing about the Golden Age, they didn't really expand much.
Yeah.
They didn't go into origin stories or anything like that.
No, Jupiter's just Jupiter. That's it. That's all he is.
And their origin stories were not well thought out. It seemed like half of them were rich people, rich bored people. Like, it makes me wonder if that was like a thing. Like that, did we have rich bored vigilantes in the 40s or the 30s when these people were kids? I don't know.
No, we just had rich bored people who are like, go ahead and make us a comic book here, say. Here you go. Here's some money to throw at it. Make the superhero have a black cloth over his face.
Yeah, it was just a black cloth with eye holes. Silk. It was silk.
Silk. There you go.
Yeah.
Silk, clearly silk. I mean, it was rich.
Oh yeah, this 6'5" tall blonde guy. Yeah. Let's make him a superhero. Yeah, it's the perfect superhero. It's wonderful.
Fucking funny.
I don't know the story behind the Spider Widow, John. I can't imagine what their idea was, but you know what?
Bored woman.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I can be empowered in my old cackling age.
But I mean, there were so many options. They're like, I'm really curious how she discovered her powers. You don't have to even tell me how she came about them, how she got them. I'm more curious how she discovered it.
She was bit by an old woman on the subway. She got the ability to control Black Widow spiders somehow, and she can't think of anything more terrifying, so she decided to go to Spirit of Halloween right after.
Or she was originally a Black Widow spider, and as you said, bitten by an old lady on the subway.
It's a Black Widow spider bitten by an old lady.
I just love this idea of her getting bitten by an old lady. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Radioactive old lady.
That's priceless.
Oh my gosh.
Shit. All right, guys.
I
think that's a perfect ending note.
Absolutely. Guys, it's been a wonderful powwow. Make sure you follow on Twitch, join on YouTube, subscribe, do all those fun things. Make sure to like us, drop a comment, so on and so forth. You know, do all the stuff. Whoever's still here, you're awesome fans. You know, just do awesome fan stuff. You guys rock. All right, we'll see you guys. Bye.
Good night.